Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before I do begin, let me go ahead and give a brief little review. In the last part, we had a number of events happening. Deku, him, Kami, and the others, they all were in Tokyo, where the family, they do currently have quite a large headquarters here. They had a family meeting called. Everybody, and I do mean everybody, was told to send someone to be in attendance. And this was something that they don't typically have happen. A lot of them expected to see All Might here and get an update as to what the situation is. He has not been seen, well, in a good condition in a while. People have made speculations. A body double being in place, him being more injured than before, or the idea that something more serious has happened. Sir Night-Eye, after allowing Deku and the others to take the oath, told everyone the truth. Nearly a year ago, All Might was critically injured and died soon afterward. Ever since then, they have been trying to keep the situation under wraps. The family has a stable condition right now. With the fact that the other families, if they find out about this, could start creating instability, it does mean a number of things. They may want to vie for more territory. The Yagi family holds a decent amount of Japan. Once things pop off, they are looking at the potential for an all-out war. And if that does happen, it will be something that the winners, nay, the survivors, are going to be fighting over. It's hard to rule an empire when you just rule the dirt. There is nothing built on the land that was filled with blood. Now, Sir Night-Eye brought Bakugo and Deku into a private study and talked to the both of them. Sir Night-Eye made Bakugo aware that they are fully aware of Deku's situation. In fact, he even told him the truth, swearing him to secrecy when it does come down to his personal affairs with Deku. He doesn't care how much they may not like each other. If he spills a word about any of this, there is the potential that his family could be in danger. His people could be in danger, and he may be killed if his tongue does get too loose. There are 10 people in the world who know this secret. Already far more than they would have liked. And that does mean a number of things. Now, with that being said, Deku, he went back out to enjoy the party. And other than people trying to, well, I guess the best way of putting it is grovel, try and get into his good graces, try and butter him up, and some even attempting to try and get his lips a little loose to find out more about him, it meant a number of things. A lot of people tried a lot of tactics to get close to Deku. And while he did mainly stay around the UA team, he was not immune whenever someone tried spilling on a little bit more charm. And that was something that Deku was quite unfamiliar with. A girl actually tried to seduce him, wondering if she'd be able to ride his coattails to the top. And that was something that Deku wasn't sure how to even begin to react to. He does currently sit in a hotel room. A lot going through his mind and just wondering about it all. He's gonna need to do a lot of things. Tomorrow? Yeah. Tomorrow. He'll try to sleep this buzz off and then just deal with it then. Afterwards, he's got to figure out what to do. Talk to the agency about getting a company car? Yes. maybe push back the assignment he was given. No, no, it's his first assignment. Maybe, or maybe at least let I know. They have 2 weeks before they're supposed to open these folders. Once that's all said and done, they can get to work. A little bit of free time. Now, isn't that odd? He's got a lot of money and a lot of time. He can go to an extravagant restaurant, try all the tasty food there. He wonders how good the sushi actually is at some of those star restaurants. I mean, maybe, oh, but no. Some curry and some rice. He wonders if they have any good stalls here. Any just good sit down places that, well, they even may have takoyaki. And that thought, it does make Deku feel hungry. And right now, he does go to hop in the shower and just try to cool himself down from the night, heading to bed and hoping to find out more about the situation later. And there is the next day. He does try to get some plans in place for lodging, if not a home, inside Tokyo. Tokyo is close to the Yagi family and their current home of power. Staying nearby isn't exactly a bad idea. Though, maybe see about a place outside of Tokyo? An estate does feel way too privileged? Out there, isolated? I mean, he might be able to buy a penthouse, but if he does try to think about it security wise, a penthouse at the top of a building is vulnerable. And if someone wanted to take him out, they can just bring down the entire freaking building. Or they could just catch him when he's just sitting outside. I mean, he could just be sitting there and reading a paper or looking at something on his phone, turn the wrong way, and catch a glimpse of a guy who does have a bright flash go off, and the next minute, his brains are sprayed all over the glass. Ugh, that is a horrifying thought. Okay, but if he is going to find a proper home, contact the agency, maybe contact a real estate person? Real estate investor? No, he doesn't think that's the right name for their job. Find someone who works in housing. See what they can do there. He'll give them a decent sized budget, but he doesn't even know how to budget properly. He can't just say this is how much he has, find him something, can he? I mean, they make money off of this stuff, so they'll try and squeeze out a commission. He might have to actually pinch pennies and be a bit more firm with what he does want. Though, technically, they might get a family discount on family land. He could just keep his mom inside the agency housing, but that is still a little bit off. A residential area, he would be among other people from the agency. If things do go sideways, if he does get attacked, there is that. But then he might owe someone a favor. That may not be bad, but if he owes the wrong person a favor, God. He's starting to spiral. Okay. Maybe just a place built near the outskirts of town. That might be best. Okay. Deku beginning to go among his search. He does try to put in a few things online, try and check into a few things, and he does even think about calling the actual agency for a recommendation on real estate developers, or whatever the hell they're called. Though he's not sure if he might get yelled at for that. It sounds like a bit of a stupid question, but then again, the agency did help people move their families, so maybe not. After 2 hours of Deku and his own individualized search, he does go to reach out to the agency. And the person who's going to answer him, they do get his name and hear about who he is. Right now, him asking them the question, and they do to nod. Right now, giving Deku the number of a person who may be able to help. And when he does it to call them, they are able to streamline everything a bit more. Though whenever Deku does hear that word budget, he does feel his spine nearly break out in a bit of a cold sweat. And he does try to tell them. Right now, he's not looking for a place that is considered to be expensive, but he does want a place outside the city. Maybe someplace large, with maybe a pool? That does sound nice. And, well, a garage. A place that also does have a safe room and, well, if it does come down to it, is built sturdy. Those are his minimal requirements that he does ask for. I see. Well, most private residences that are built outside of Tokyo, there are concerns about people being attacked. And I believe you are in a bit of luck. We can look more about getting some work done on the property, but we do have one that is relatively within the budget you've given me. I see. Now, I do want to at least acknowledge the renovations you're talking about can be very, very expensive. And they can go anywhere from upwards of 10 million to potentially, if I am highballing things, perhaps 200 million. And that is already far more than the property is already worth. We could look into building another personal residence, meeting your specified requirements, but that would take quite a bit of time. We could reach out to someone at UA and see about doing the process faster, and that could be the best thing that we can do. That's possible? Oh, yes. Cementos over at UA. He does fast work and he does great work. Along with that, they do have some people who, using their own specialized abilities and their secret talents, they can build a bunker that can withstand quite a number of missiles. That's incredible. I'd like to do that. I do see. Well, I do believe I can give you the number, and I can send an email. Though I will forward your number in the email as well, along with who you are and your family association. If I'm correct, they may reach out to you soon. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Though I will need to see about land. I am already way ahead of you. Though I am expecting a bit of a review on this. Okay. You're a part of the family, aren't you? No, sir. I'm not, actually. I help the family. I would not claim to be a part of the Yagi family. Or whatever family you may be a part of. I see. Thank you. And that is all for now. You've been very helpful. I see. I will send you a number of quotes over text or email. Either's fine. I just want to get this done fast. Well, depending on how long this can take upwards to a month, but considering how fast you can get them working, it could be anywhere from a week to three if they do have all the resources available. A month is if they do have to start manufacturing some, and I have seen these people work very fast. They do have a reputation to maintain. I see. Him gonna hang up and continue his own search. Right now, he can deal with that. Though he can definitely continue to look into a few things he may want, especially if he's going to be talking to someone at UA about building an actual residence. And Izuku, he does go to head out to lunch to try and clear his mind. His whole search today has been a little chaotic, and as he does sit down to eat, his phone does a ring. Him seeing a number as he does it to answer it and express, hello? Hello. This is Izuku Midoriya, correct? I do believe that I know who you are. This is who? Nezu. I do have to say I'm quite happy to receive patronage from you. You do have quite a number of, well, things to your reputation. I didn't know I had a reputation already. It is quite alright. It is quite alright. Listen, I will be very frank with you. You're looking into building your own private residence? I am, yes. Good. Send me over any information you may want with the residence, and I can see about designing a place for you. I will forward you the information for a private site. You can go there and send information to me via those pictures. Now, I will get into contact with the lady who forwarded me the email and talk about land and pricing. Though your budget? Uh, well, quite high. Don't worry, don't worry. We won't screw you. No, we are expecting long-term patronage if this is definitely going to be the first thing you buy from us. You're going to need an office space, a safe room, a garage. You are going to need a place to store weapons cache, along with a private stash. And you are going to need a security office in the lower floors. Though, as for location, this certainly is going to be quite the interesting little trick. Depending on where we place this monstrous home, will definitely determine quite a few things. Are you looking for a safe house out in the hills, or are you looking for a palace? A place that can be a shining bright beacon as to who you are and a statement to the world. Something that does defy all expectations. A statement or a refuge. I'll have to get back to you on that. But I'm trying to get this done before I have to go to work. Today, Mr. Midoriya? No. Actually, in 2 weeks. I see. Well, I will send a plane over to Tokyo and we may meet in person. I believe that can give you some time to decide. When will it arrive? And I don't know if that's exactly a good idea. We will provide you a trip back, Mr. Midoriya, along with provide you a vehicle. Though if you are going to be having a home so far away from the city, I would recommend our auction. We do have a number of vehicles for sale, along with private sellers who may be able to interest you in a number of other things. Along with that, you may be able to look into hiring staff. I see. You guys really are far better than I thought your reputation did say. We have an image. The phone going to hang up. And Deku, he does go to stare down at that and go to sigh. Right now, him trying to go over a few things after looking at the stuff Nezu sent over to him. And after his lunch, he does decide to take a bit of a break and head to the hotel gym. Right now, he just does want to try and blow up some steam and will think about this a lot more. If he does leave this down to Nezu, the man may find some way to price him way, way above. And the cheapskate in him doesn't want that. Though, he also can see the bit of a trick the guy's playing. Buy a car. They have an auction. Okay, yeah, sure, there's that. But then how the hell does he get it back to Tokyo? Either he has to pay one hell of a delivery fee, or he has to drive back. And that, depending on whatever the hell he does buy, may not be a simple thing to do. This guy definitely is smart. Cunning and tricky? He may be trying to do business with him, but he's definitely trying to profit. He can kind of respect it, but at the same time, he doesn't want to spend so much fucking money. Then again, he has money now. God, what is he saying? He's always dreamed of being able to do this. Hell. If he wanted to, he could buy a mall and burn it to the ground just for the hell of it. Shit, he can do that. Deku bursting out laughing at that thought. And right now, there is the next day. He does ask his mom a number of questions and tell her about his current plan. And while she definitely is quite shocked trying to tell Deku not to do this, he does go to tell her about his plan. He's gonna go, he'll get this place built, and then they will have a place for not only her to stay, but a place nearby Tokyo that is safe. Tokyo doesn't have slums. It doesn't have crime. They have total control of the city, and they have safety. No one's willing to mess with people here. It's actually safe. And while she is not mollified by this, she does understand Deku's concerns. Safety has been something that they've always wanted. She's been putting on a few pounds, but compared to the alternative that she had to deal with for well over a decade, that's way more preferable than what had happened before. Especially after some of those hunger pangs started to go away. She doesn't envy those still dealing with them. But she does understand Deku's own concerns. And right now, there is where Deku, he does get to take that plane ride over to UA. And whenever he does arrive back, landing in the private airspace of UA, he does go to hear about a number of things. A vehicle taking Rookie over to the building that has been built here. And Nezu, he is there to greet Deku with a bit of a warm smile. And Nezuko himself does stare at this man, rat, whatever the hell he's supposed to be. And he does try to keep his own composure. Right now, he is dressed in a suit. And he even does have his rings covering his hand. Or his ring on his finger. Him still a bit confused about how to wear it. It does feel a little off. Then again, it is how he's supposed to do things. He could put it on a necklace or, well, he even heard about them having tattoos. Insignias. Things to personally brand their own skin. He can look into those another time. Not now, but maybe at some point down the line. That Sounds like a whole different matter, though. Shaking his head. And Nezu does gonna sit him down and talk about it. He was quite surprised, especially after seeing his name pop up in his email. He did expect patronage from someone in the top 10. Then again, he expected a Todoroki. Though, for other things, specifically about hero technology, contracting someone to build a suit, and, well, there is even the idea of certain things they may want, certain luxuries that are hard to come by. I see. Well, I'm not used to luxuries, you see. I see. I'm well aware on your background, Mr. Midoriya. I have had quite a number of people extensively look into you. From the slums. Quite an achievement, raising how far you've come within a year. What's your secret? I don't have secrets, Mr. Nezu. Getting back to the topic at hand. You want me to buy a car and maybe commission a suit? You wish to do business with me, so I will speak business with you. And I don't wish for you to try and change the subject as well. What you're trying to divulge or learn into is not there. I see. The mindset of a proper mafioso. You do have a little bit of that confidence and snap. Though, your eyes, they give it away. Him going to turn and go to open a laptop, sliding it forward and talking about it. He did look over his background and go over a number of things. And he does believe the 3D modeling does show it quite well. It is bare bones, but it does come with quite a substantial price tag. Ugh. And is that for all of it? Or just the building? The building, the land, the materials, the work service, and, well, everything. That's not that bad, actually, then. And how durable is it? Well, it could survive an attack on your life. Especially from, I do want to say, a particularly strong fire quirk user. It could withstand a Todoroki. Is that certain? Potentially, yes. Which Todoroki is up to debate. The materials do have steel fibers woven into the concrete. They can withstand quite a tremendous amount of force, and I do have some confidence in saying, with our special blends, I believe you would have trouble punching through a number of them. We do like to use a city outside our city, well, our test site, to test new blends, keep track of what is better, what is worse, and how they do go there. Really? Yes, a test site, if you will. We even do give out samples for durability test, just to see what we are missing on the mark. You may be able to run an obstacle course in the market. The man gonna grin, and Deku does it wave his hand. Okay then, he'll take it all. But the glass windows, everything's up to specifications. You'll be fine. The glass can take up to a 50 caliber round. If they had to deal with anything harder, you wouldn't be able to see through them. Though they are substantially just a little bit thicker than we would like, but thanks to a quirk, we are able to cut down on the thickness quite a bit. Though I'm assuming you have staff in mind, you could buy directly from the market. Okay, but I don't know about buying a slave. I mean, it seems a little odd, is it? Well, I believe it would be odd to you. You were lucky you weren't one yourself. Yeah, that's about why. Listen, no, Mr. Midoriya. Let me explain. The auction for potential buyers. There are a number of individuals, some of unsavory origin, the man swirling his tea, who, yes, will try to buy people. But the people are all from different walks of life. Some had to deal with unfortunate circumstances. Some are there because they do wish to be there, though they are allowed into more privatized auctions, where less of these unsavory people they would be allowed in. Then again, those are private and typically more expensive, whereas some of the other people who do have potential contracts or who have been sold by their families, they do vary in their worth to people. People could use them for a number of things, be it as maids, chauffeurs, staff, all of it. The service industry does have a number of them, especially whenever it does come down to privatized family matters. In fact, if he's correct, he may have been in a vehicle with someone whose entire reason is to either drive that vehicle or he might have had food prepared from a chef whose entire life revolves around cooking his meals. Does this seem to disturb him now that he has been aware of it? Uh, a little? What if they poison me? Yes, well, that may be your fault. You never want to piss off someone who does prepare your meals. I believe that is where the tactic of humanely treating them does come into play. The Yagi family, they have respect. They have honor, codes, and even just a little bit of fear. That is why people are worried about treating them harshly. Yes, they may attempt to kill you, but it would not be without reason. The Endeavor family, and if I am correct, even one of the other families, they have had certain incidents before where, well, the actions of one had led to a dozen being murdered. And that story alone does keep everyone in line. Does it? Yes. Now, if you do wish, I can put in a request for someone to go over the data on you. We can gain your measurements and potentially look into building you a suit. You can check out the vehicle auctions, or would you like to go to a privatized auction? I don't know. I'll need a few staff members, especially for a large building like that. I do understand. The grounds are open to you, and all you simply do need to do is show your ring as well as him going to hold up a token talking about it. This. This is made of white jade. It is a specialized item that only he will provide to certain people. If he does show it around, they will know he is here as a favored guest. Thank you. No, it is quite alright. We're expecting much of your patronage in the future, and we only do hope to continue to inspire your own, well, business in us, as well as a measure of trust. We are neutral after all. Any hostilities that do arise, they will be taken into consideration of your time here. If you are found to be the aggressor, you will be fined and potentially banned, depending on the level of aggression exposed. Or if someone is injured. Murder, however, does come with a ban. Does he understand? Yes, I do. The man nodding his head and going to turn. Right now, opening the computer again and going to continue modeling this place that Deku does need built. The young man does have quite a lot of money, and they are definitely putting in a lot into this young man's home. Hell, if he's got everything correct, he has seen bank vaults less, well, designed shittier than what the hell he's giving this kid. And it does certainly mean something. Now, Deku does get to head out. Right now, he does get to walk around. Some people do to shoot glances at him, though they do to see him in a nice, fancy suit. Then again, they do to see a ring on his finger. And that, it does make some of them wary. Deku does get to look around. Some of these people are dressed in different clothes. They're in gangs, small groups, maybe people who just have enough influence to have money backing them, but not family members. And that does seem quite odd. Deku walking around and going to find the vehicle auctions. The people who are here privately selling a number of things. And Deku, he does see a military Humvee with a belt-fed machine gun sitting on display. Them talking about the price of this beautiful piece of technology. And someone does shout about how it can take up to a number of shells. And he does turn his head, staring at a nice sports car. Right now, him walking over and looking at it. It does have nice, bright orange paint. And, I mean, it looks so shiny. He does think it's a beautiful thing. Though, him turning his head, looking at a truck. And when he does see the price tag listed on the tag, he does feel like this thing, it's crappier than a truck he's seen before. That truck wasn't even, a tenth of the price of this thing, and it's, well, meh. I mean, though, what makes this truck so special? Someone walking over and bringing a hand up. Having a look around? Yes, I am. Him turning his ring does get me to catch their attention. Them bowing their head and talking about it. Well, if they are looking into a number of vehicles, they can give him recommendations. Though that one does come with bulletproof tires, along with the fact that the frame of it has been reinforced. It can take a number of punishment, and they do have the engine block defended. No stray round should be able to pierce it, and take out the radiator. I see. It's modified? Yes. The high price tag does come with a reason. Though, maybe we're dealing with something a bit more outside of your price range? Oh, no, the truck is something that caught my eye. Maybe I could afford it, but it may be a little tight. Deku lying. If he told them that it was no big deal, they would try to get him to buy something bigger, heavier, and pricier. And he does get a turn looking at a number of the vehicles. Trucks, vans, heavier duty stuff. I mean, there is that car over there. And that looks more like a Familia car. Maybe that one? I mean, there is that muscle over there, and well, there is that one over there. But there's also that bike. He does like the look of that bike over there. Him walking over and going to look at it. Its price tag is a little high, but it might be the cheapest thing he's seen in the lot. It's priced well over $100,000, but the person, they do get to talk about it. Them listing off its features, including bulletproof tires and a nitrous tank. And Deku, he does is going to stare at it. The person encouraging him to hop on and try to get a feel for it. Him declining, but still thinking about taking the bike. Still thinking about buying it. Though the vehicle over there does catch his eye as well. That one, yeah, it should be able to take corners well, and if he's right, it's got speed on it. Though, maybe both. Well, he's not really even going over 1 million yet. And with more modifications, it should be alright. He hasn't even broke 200 million yet. He's still got over 3 billion? 3.1 billion. Him reminding himself. And right now, he does go to walk over to the vehicle and ask the man for the keys. The man parking up as Deku, he does go to get in and go to try and get a bit of a feel for it. Though, whenever he does go to find out that the vehicle is a stick shift, he does feel a little let down. The man, however, does encourage Deku. They can change it to an automatic if he does want modifications. It will take a bit of time, though. No. I like the stick shift. It's a little bit more, I don't know. But how good has it got? Nitrous, another engine, along with its own internal defenses. It can drop oil, calprods, and it should have, well, a defended engine block, but that's standard for most stuff in our lot. Anything else? We can look into certain modifications, if that is what you want. But in total, if you do want a full package deal, you're looking at about $5 million. I see. Is that outside the range? I'll take it, along with the bike. Really? Deku waving his hand, talking about it. Yes. He can use the bike for now as his mode of transport and learn more about the car as he does go along. But as for the bike, he does at least want that taken care of a bit. It will be done. The person nodding their head and going to take Deku's card. Right now, them running off to complete this sale as he does it to come back. And whenever Deku does make his way over to the, well, auctions, he does see quite a few different people. Some, they are looking at a number of lists about people who are being put up. Some, they are members of former families or gangs that have fallen. And they are in quite a bit of trouble. Along with people who are in debt or who were just dragged here kicking and screaming the whole way. And it does mean much. He's not sure what exactly will happen to them, but maybe he can help somebody. Maybe he can see about buying a lot of them. It feels like a weird thought. But if he does treat them well, like Nezu said, then he can skip a lot of the unsavory stuff. Though, that does sound like it could work out well for him. Deku, hearing a few different people talking about a lot. some even making quite indecent comments about a woman who does get put on stage. And right now he can see the look in her eye that he does find oh so familiar. She doesn't look well. She looks like she's been going hungry. But there is that look in her eye. She's covered in dirt and rags, and she does look mad. Her trying to fight the chains as the person dragged her up on stage. And Deku, he did hear someone start bidding for the woman. Right now, him feeling a pang of familiarity. He could have been up there at one point. And right now, he can help. Though, how many people is too many? I mean, maybe a dozen people? Someone who can clean the house, manage laundry and dishes. No, if he needs people for that, maybe four people at most. His mom will want to do stuff still and lazing around and being weighed on hand and foot. And that does sound nice. Though he knows her. She'll be worrying and trying to do something to fill in time. Maybe four, a third of a dozen? Or, no, is he wrong on that? Him hearing someone bid and throwing up their arm. And their boisterous voice does to catch him off guard. The large man throwing up a fist and talking about it. He'll pay 10 million. That's his final offer. Are you sure? Yes, I'm tired of low bids, and I do need something new. Deku turning to muscular, and the large man with a beard, he does his own grin a little viciously. And Deku, he does go to throw up his hand talking about it. He'll go ahead and bet 11 million. Some people turning to him and staring. The young man catching some of them off guard. And Muscular does a turn looking over at Deku, who does get a turn looking at Muscular. The two meeting their gazes as Deku, he does go to watch Muscular turn back. 12, 15. You can let me have this one, kid. What the hell are you even doing here? I'm here to buy. I've got some money to spend. Fine. But you really want to spend that much money on her? Do you? Fair. Might be a waste of my money, but you're right. She already looks like she's broken. Then again, there's still a fight there. Well, I could have beaten it out of her. Deku going to scowl. And right now the person does close the auction and Deku, he does get to hear about what to do next. A few more people do come out. And he does get a bid on another man, an older woman, and, well, he does get to see two who are clinging on to each other. Right now, he does stare at them. And while he does want to bid, 5 might be too many. He can let them pass, but he's already let quite a number of people pass. There's the dog person he bidded on or whatever. Meh. Then there's the other 2. Okay, well, 5 could be a good number, but he doesn't know their skills yet. Maybe he can get lucky and one of these 2 can cook? Man, they can be taught. The other woman should be able to cook. From what he heard about her skills, she does have some experience in a restaurant. Oh, whatever. He'll go ahead and just sit this one out. Damn it. There's his conscience again. Fine. If it will appease the oh so mighty voice in his head. Him going to bid. And he does get these two at 10 million. Over Deku does go to finally leave. Muscular does try to stop him. Though whenever Deku does see the man does stare at Deku, giving him a praising gaze and going to grin, going to step forwards and lean into Deku. Right now, Deku standing still and keeping his gaze locked on the man. You seem better. And you're not going to scare me. I see you've been training. Good job, kid. Though, I don't think he would have wanted you to have it. It's not up for you to decide. He already decided. If you got a problem with that, then tough shit. Nada is still wondering where you are. You really had to leave like that? You don't know shit, kid. You're new. You don't get it. You don't understand. Now, out of courtesy for the boss, I'll go ahead and leave you alone this time. You're lucky we're in UA. Sure. That's why. The man going to grin. And he does leave Deku alone. Right now, some people making their way towards him and moving quickly. Though he does wave it away with a hand. And they do surprisingly nod their heads in acknowledgement, but keep their eyes on the man who did seem to be trying to threaten him. One even going so far as to following him. And Deku cannot deny the service this place does provide is certainly of top quality. Now, with that being said, Deku, he does get a leave, and he does have quite the number of expenses he's paid today. Though he does need to get back to Tokyo. No one's called him or had tried to contact him so far. He's assuming they're all sorting out their own situations. He does need to reach out to Kami. He does wonder how she's doing. Maybe he should invite his friend out to dinner. Maybe reach out to everyone else. Take them all out to eat as his treat and see about trying to make friends. The family is an opportunity for that. Give them trust and, respect. Show them some loyalty. And if they're true friends, then they'll show it right back. He already has one. And he does have some begrudging respect with Bakugo. The man is trying to follow the tenets as much as he does want to headbutt that wall. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.